funk. Thoughts deep, boys steeped in the depths that he sunk. Big stress, depressed in the middle of fall. Sky gray, I late in the thick of it all. I wonder, how long can a human survive just staying alive or carrying the rest of the tribe? Waiting for the day to arrive or struggling dies, and I be doing way, way more than getting by. So why? Cop myself a cup of coffee, sipping water in it softly, cleansing me of stress I hold. Hey, cop myself a cup of coffee, sipping water in it softly, cleansing me of stress I hold. Realize life is so much more than just living a day. Every day I can sit and reflect and breathe and connect to myself and all that I've been given. See, giving up is not an option. So when I'm looking at gray skies, I'll be adopting a new way to deal with a test. Lord, relieve me of stress. The rain be looking like when blessings drop in. And so I go, cop myself a cup of coffee, sipping water in it softly, cleansing me of stress I hold. Water in it softly, cleansing me of stress I hold. Hey, here we go. Yeah. Let's do this. Y'all ready? 1, 2, 3. In times of test, let no harm beset me, oh my Lord, oh my Lord. In times of test, let no harm beset me, oh my Lord, oh my Lord.
Warning, the following image and/or content may be disturbing, offensive to some viewers. Viewer discretion is strongly advised. What's up, everybody? Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Salute, welcome to the lounge. I'm Urban. Appreciate you tuning in to this podcast today. I'm gonna be real. Oh Lord, I'm gonna be real today, y'all. I'm gonna be real, man. The stuff Urban about get ready to talk about today, man. I'm finna get ready to hell. Y'all mad as hell at me.
That's bullshit.
I ain't lying, man. Man, say, but it got to be said though. It got to be said for real though, man. Yeah, man. I was sitting up here putting this content together, right? Prepping for the show, and I was just researching a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff I already knew about. Then I researched some new stuff and just putting this whole outline together. But it got to be said. I want to be me. If I were to, try to hold back or try to, be nice or anything like that. But I got to put it out there for real, y'all. So those of y'all who want to receive some thought-provoking content, like for real, you're in the right place for real. Kid you not, cause I'm not gonna lie. Today I'm really gonna want to challenge y'all for real. I really am. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna, like I always, I at least do the bare minimum or try to, be as respectable as possible. I really do. But I know when we talk about political issues, I know it could be controversial. I know that it could create a divide, but some situations just need to be said. And I learned this about, when putting out content like this. Well, actually two contents. If I talk about anything political, yeah, it's going to trigger people. If I talk about anything about religion, yeah, it's going to trigger people for real. Even when I talk about things dealing with relationship or gender, anything like that, it's going to trigger people. It really is. But how the way I do it is that I always challenge people to this, just have a different perspective. Just think about it. At the bare minimum. A lot of stuff that I say on here, I tell y'all all the time, this is my perspective. I'm not saying that this is truth. I'm not saying that you got to follow what I'm saying or anything like that, And that's how the way I keep it. So tonight is going to be no different, y'all, for real. I'm telling you. But I'm just really giving y'all this disclaimer because I know some people, y'all probably either barely be up in the lounge, hear my conversations, or you probably catch the replay of my conversations and stuff right there. And sometimes I know y'all be like, man, this dude Urban here.
That's bullshit.
I know y'all be saying it. Sometimes you're like, I don't want to listen to Urban at all because this dude here.
That's bullshit.
So I'm just giving y'all that disclaimer right now. As y'all see, even in the beginning of my show, I give you a viewer discretion is highly advised when you view my content. For real. I'm just But other than that, salute to each and every last one of y'all who are here today. We do got a great show today. We are going to talk about Kamala Harris. And I'm going to give you my perspective about what is going to happen in the upcoming weeks and months leading all the way up to this election. Okay? So I'm just throw it out there. Take it for how the way you take it. It is what it is, all right? But once again, salute everybody who's in the building right now. Constance, I see you in the building. Appreciate you. And yes, Constance, not only I had my coffee today, but I also took a nap during my lunch break as well today too. Sure did. Thanks for asking. Abril, salute. Welcome to the lounge. Welcome to the lounge. But we got one of my throwback old timers in the building as well too. Lisa, what's up with us? Welcome back to the lounge. Welcome. It's always a pleasure to see Lisa in the building, you know what I'm saying? So appreciate her pulling up, you know what I'm saying? Thank you so much. Appreciate it. We also got Show Enough in the building as well too. Salute, Show Enough. Salute. And salute to each and every last one of y'all who probably going to either catch the replay of this or you might be watching in the bushes. Salute to y'all as well too. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Thank you. Appreciate it a whole lot. Now I got a lot of content that I got to push out to y'all today. I'm gonna do my very best to articulate this to the best of my ability, and I'm gonna try to push this out as much as possible to y'all, but it is a lot of information that I want to share with y'all for real. I really do, because we do need to talk about this, because a lot of stuff that's happening, especially political. I believe that we really need to just focus in on this for real. Now I know that us being, like content creators or you being subscribers, you know what I'm saying? I know that it's very easy to stir into, the drama content, the entertainment content, you know what I'm saying? The tea content, the beefing content, different content like that. I know it's easy to get into that. Fine. But I honestly believe that these are critical times right now, and we really need to have these conversations for real. We really do. I noticed that, through me, the scrolling through YouTube, scrolling through IG, scrolling through on TikTok, scrolling through all these other social media outlets, I noticed that not a lot of people is really trying to tackle on talking about these political issues that have been happening lately. But here at the lounge, we are about it. We're going to talk about it for real. We are. But we're going to talk about it, and it's going to be in an entertainment way. I try to at least entertain y'all as much as possible. I really do. Some of y'all be laughing y'all butt off. The crazy stuff that everybody be doing or saying, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. But without further ado, y'all, we forget into this side. Let's get to this content tonight. So tonight's show, I want to focus in on Kamala Harris, okay? Those of y'all who don't know about Kamala Harris is currently the Vice President of the United States. Okay? In fact, Kamala Harris is the first woman vice president of the United States. Facts. A matter of fact, since we want to quote unquote add color to it, right? Kamala Harris is the first black vice president of the United States. Now her race is neither here nor there, because I know it's arguments out there about her being Indian, which she really is Indian. But even when you're Indian, you're considered as black. So any person who has melanin skin in them, they are considered as black, and that's facts. This is what it is. I'm just gonna call a spade a spade. It just is what it is. So we can have this argument and stuff, right? That Kamala, she's not African American black. You know what I'm saying? We could have that argument if that's what y'all want to do. But the fact remains that as long as she have melanin in her skin, she's considered as black. A matter of fact, many of our Caucasians or white brethren see her as black. Period. I'm just saying. It is what it is. It is what it is. But we're going to talk about this today. So those of y'all who may or may not know, right? I did a live the other night announcing President Biden no longer running for president of the United States for this 2024 election year. Okay, if you didn't catch that stream, by all means, go back and catch that, because that stream was very thought-provoking as well too. So he announced that he no longer was going to run for presidency, right? Due to several issues. One of them was COVID. Another reason was because what I told y'all on that stream was that his higher ups, the elites, encouraged him to no longer run, and different other reasons as well too. But however, President Biden has said that he wants to endorse Kamala Harris to be the new candidate for presidency for the Democratic Party. Okay. So now she officially announced her candidacy for presidency. She's getting ready to be on the campaign trail to get ready to run for presidency. All right. So there's a lot of things that are happening right now. But the main thing that we're going to talk about on this show today is you, the Black Americans. Notice I say Black Americans and I didn't say African Americans, because I know that there is a separation. But today we want to focus in on the Black Americans. That's anybody who has melanin skin in them, okay? This show is going to be focusing on you today. You. Here's my question. Now that you know that Kamala Harris is going to run for presidency, right, of the United States, how will you vote? Are you gonna vote for Kamala because because you want a historical record to happen that she'll be the first Black in office? Which technically she's not going to be the first Black in office, because we have Barack Hussein Obama who fulfilled that role the first time around, right? Right? So technically she wouldn't be the first Black American who's president. But however, she would be the first Black woman. A matter of fact, she'll be the first woman in the history of this nation to be president of the United States. So let me ask y'all this question. Are you voting because of her, not only her race, but are you voting also because she's a woman? Is that what it is? Are you voting because she's going to defend Black Americans, dealing with Black American issues in this country? Or, as they eloquently say, the minority group or the protected group? Or you voted for her because of that reason, and protected group also falls in the line with the LGBT group. It falls on the line with gender as well too, preferably with women. It also falls in line with other protected groups as well too, which is veterans. It falls in line to individuals who are considered as the elderly population as well too, because they consider as a protected group as well too. It falls on the line of religion, because religion and religious organization is considered as a protected group as well too. So once again, let me ask y'all this question. Are y'all voting solely because of that? Or are you truly going to vote for her because of the actual issues that is happening right now in this nation? God damn. That's what I want to find out today about y'all. I want to challenge y'all today this. And just like I say, I'm going to trigger the hell out of y'all. Look, I really am going to trigger the hell out of y'all today, because I know without a shadow of doubt that many of y'all right now are only going to vote for Kamala because she's a woman. Say I'm lying. You're going to vote because she's a woman.
Bullshit.
Some of y'all going to vote for Kamala because y'all want to see the first Black woman in office.
That's bullshit.
This brings me all the way back to 2008, somewhere around there, when former President Barack Hussein Obama was running, right? And guess the reason why everybody voted for him? They didn't vote for him because of the issue that was happening with the nation. They voted because he was a black man. Say I am lying. They voted because he was a black man. That was the whole purpose of the whole campaign. That was the whole purpose why they pushed the campaign the way they did with former President Barack Obama. Because he's a black man. He's going to be historically the first black man in office. Oh, man, we have to participate in this, that he's going to be the first black man in office. This is going to be historical. Didn't care about the issues, didn't care about what he believed in or anything like that. That's all that was in everyone's mind during that time. So this brings me, this situation that's happening with Kamala right now, and it's happening right now in real time. This situation just brings me back to that, I believe, that 2008 first run where Barack Obama was running for presidency the first time around. Not his second term, but his first term. It brings me back into that moment where a lot of us, we sitting up here voting because of that, solely because of that. And I'm seeing it right now where people sitting up here saying, yes, we got to get her in office because she's going to be the first woman in office. She's going to be the first black woman in office. But I want to challenge y'all on this. Before we make this same stupid ass mistake how we did with Barack Obama, right? I want to challenge y'all to, first of all, figure out exactly who really is Kamala Harris to you. Figure out who Kamala is to you. Figure out truly throughout her record of her tenure of being in political science, figure out who really is Kamala Harris to you. Figure out what she believes in. Figure out what she support. Figure out what she don't support. Figure out the good, the bad, the ugly about Kamala Harris before you start jumping on this bandwagon saying, I'm just going to vote for her. Hey. Or jumping on this bandwagon, I'm going to vote because I'm Democrat. And that's another thing too. That's another thing too that I want to let y'all know. I honestly think that is very, 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 very ridiculous. And that's for both parties. I think that is very ridiculous for a person to vote solely because of a party. Facts. Solely because of a party. Some of y'all sitting up here voting Democrat because your mama and daddy voted Democrats. Say I'm lying. Some of y'all voted Republican because your mama and daddy and pastor is voted for Republican. You don't even know why you doing it. Say I'm lying. Say I'm lying. Say I'm lying. So tonight on this podcast, I want to challenge y'all to have a different perspective about this because we're on 99 days away from the actual election, okay? So I want to challenge y'all to do something different. I want to challenge y'all to at least know the facts about the people that you voted for. I know this live is geared towards Kamala, and this is just the introduction, y'all, but I know this live is geared towards Kamala, right? But I want y'all to understand who you voted for, regardless if it's with Kamala or regardless if it's Trump or whoever the hell else is trying to run for presidency. I want to challenge y'all today to do the bare minimum of research who you voted for. That's why I want to challenge y'all today. Forget all the bullshit. Sit up here talking about, oh, she's a woman. Forget that. Don't even think about it like that. She's a black woman. Forget all that. Don't think about it like that. Understand what is going on so you won't get caught up like how it happened back in 2008 with Obama. Because guess what? Right after when everybody sitting up here was voted for Obama, he got elected presidency, people were all crying and stuff, right? This is such a historical moment. Right after that man got into office, That man started doing all kind of stuff that pissed off the black community, for real. Facts. He did. He did. A lot of y'all was mad as hell at Barack Obama within the I say after when a lot of y'all got over that emotional high about him being the first black man in the history to be a president, right? After y'all got over that high, I say roughly 2 years later, after his term, right? When year 3 of his presidency, right? Some of y'all sit up here mad as hell because that dude, y'all wanted this dude to give out reparations for the black community. He said, hell no.
That's bullshit.
This dude here, he going around and heavily promoting the LGBTQ community, and y'all was getting mad to my, why you promoting more the LGBTQ community, but you're not promoting the black community.
That's bullshit.
Some of y'all, got over that emotional high real quick and started getting upset. Y'all did. Got so upset that some of y'all, right? And let's give some transparency. Let's get some truth behind this too. Some of y'all got so upset over Obama presidency, right, that some of y'all literally denounced the Democratic Party and flip over to the Republican Party.
That's bullshit.
Y'all sure did. And then on top of that, during that time, President Biden was the vice president. So y'all was seeing President Biden as a vice president, and he started running for president, right? Y'all was saying, hell no, I ain't doing that. Nope. Y'all said, nope. We do not want Biden. Some of y'all had flipped y'all party and literally voted for Trump. Y'all showed the head deal. Some of y'all flipped that party so darn fast and voted for Trump. Y'all sure did. But then when you got Trump, y'all was still pissed off. Still pissed the hell off. Let me show this real quick, y'all. I'm show this shit real quick, y'all. Hold up. This is how the way a lot of people, including Kamala, is feeling right now. Right after she said that she's getting ready to run for presidency. Some of y'all out here happy as hell. Do y'all remember the through the whole process of the campaign trail right now, there's a lot of situational agendas that was happening. I'm gonna address the chat for me in a sec too. But y'all remember it was a lot of things that was happening on the campaign trail, right? One thing that I remember is this. I remember when these candidates for presidency start influencing celebrities to be part of their running. What do I mean by this? This is Exhibit A right here. This is Exhibit A right here. Where now we getting celebrities being part of this to try to manipulate y'all and to influence y'all to run, not because of the issues, but run because it's simply a black woman.
It's an unprecedented day. And let me tell you what Auntie's got to say. I got something I want to yell. My dream team is Kamala and Michelle.
Hell, Jennifer Lewis, she said, "Per talking about forget that, and only gonna be Kamala Harris. It's also gonna be Michelle Obama as the vice president. And God dang, y'all just appointing her to be the vice president. She don't even know she running.
God damn.
Like, dang, wow. Okay.
Bell, ring the bell. Yes. Kamala and Michelle. Yes. If you don't want this country to go to hell, it's Kamala and Michelle. Now listen very carefully. I don't know what they're going to do. But come November, we gotta vote blue. We will not fold, nor will we take a step back.
Now listen to her. She's saying that you got to vote blue. She didn't say nothing about wherever the issues is that's dealing with this country that's going to benefit us as the middle class and poor Americans. She's only concerned about the political party. Paid for by Kamala Harris.
Why? Because democracy itself is under attack. Ring the bell! It's Kamala and Michelle! It's Kamala! I love myself. And Michelle! Shaka Khan!
Y'all think that's something. Y'all think that's something. Y'all remember this, right? And some of y'all just kind of seen this and kind of looked over it, but I'm gonna bring it back to y'all remembering. Okay, I'm bringing it back to y'all remembrance of how the way this game is working. All right, how the way they are manipulating your mind. Okay, remember this?
You finna online date chat, find a mate chat, open up the okay ass, profile picture looking tight chat, nice chat, got your bio reading right chat, precise chat, but before you find a date chat, you gotta wait chat, gotta go vaccinate chat, get it straight chat, girl you look good, want you vax that thing up, you's a handsome young brother, want you vax that thing up, dating real life, you need to vax that thing up, feeling freaky all night, you need to vax that thing up, girl you look good, want you vax that thing up, you's a handsome young brother, want you vax that thing up, dating real life, you need to vax that thing up, feeling freaky all night, you need to vax that thing up.
The reason why I'm showing this to y'all is because the same person, Kamala Harris, and this son left was pushing for each and every last one of these citizens to get vaccinated with the COVID-19, to get vaccinated with a vaccination that wasn't even FDC regulated or anything like that. And then that was using celebrities such as Juvenile to push this agenda.
I know you can't stand it, no holding hands, chick. But when we get the shot, we gon' be romancing. Girl, you could be the queen after quarantine. We could meet up at the spot and we could do the thing. Internet date chat, I'm your mate chat. Download the app, shawty, you ain't gotta wait chat. I love it when you hold me, eggplant emoji. You could be the young hot thing, I'll be the OG.
Girl, you look good, want you vax that thing up. You's a handsome young brother, want you vax that thing up. Dating real life, you need to vax that thing up. Feeling freaky all night, you need to vax that thing up. Girl, you look good, want you vax that thing up. You's a decent looking brother, want you vax that thing up. Acting foolishly, you need to vax that thing up. Herd immunity, when you vax that thing up.
If you wanna get sticky and hot, go get the shot. If you wanna smash some dude named Scott, go get the shot. Go get the shot, go get the shot. BLK says go get the shot. You wanna smash with Scott, smash with Scott. BLK says go get the shot.
See, I'm bringing all this back to y'all remembrance for the simple fact that this is going to be the upcoming agenda within these 99 days that they're going to do. Okay. They're going to do these things to try to manipulate you, to manipulate your vote. That's what they're going to do. And I'm bringing this stuff back to y'all remembrance to understand the agenda behind this. Now, once again, my whole entire argument isn't about y'all going out and voting. You know what I'm saying? My whole argument is the intent behind voting. I want y'all to go and vote for the right reasons. I don't want y'all to go out and vote because they manipulated y'all. I don't want y'all to go out and vote because your celebrities telling you to do that. I don't want y'all to go out and vote because it's going to be the next woman who's going to be president in the office. I don't want y'all to go and vote because it's going to be the first black woman in the office to go vote. I don't want y'all to go vote because of that reason, because that's stupid. Don't fall for this bullcrap, because we already fell for it the first time around with former President Barack Obama. So don't fall for this bullcrap the second time around, this agenda. So y'all think everybody playing with y'all. Exhibit C. Remember this? This is Exhibit C. Remember this? And I actually did a live talk about this one too. Remember this one?
Trey Tracks, I think we got one.
It's voting season, bruh.
No voting, no loving. No voting, no touching. No voting, no nothing. No voting, no fucking. No voting, no fucking. No voting, no loving. No voting, no touching. No voting, no nothing. No voting, no fucking. No voting, no fucking. BLK app looking for some action. Swear the homie Scott was heading. Face is a 9, abs a 10, D is a to be determined. He got mad jokes, he don't seem broke. The only red flag, he said he don't vote. This midterms for all the single cute.
Now, I want y'all to understand this. This is a black dating app, okay? This is a black dating app. One more time, this is a black dating app that is encouraging black people who use this black dating app to go vote. If you don't vote, then you're not going to get no loving from women. So here's another thing too that I want y'all to pay attention to behind the agenda behind this. Here's another thing. They are using women, preferably they're using women to manipulate men into going out to vote. Not having the option to vote for whatever party you want to. They want you to vote blue because this whole entire situation is dealing with the left. That's what they're doing. So they're manipulating women into telling women that, hey, if your man, if your boyfriend, if your boo, if your Pookie, your Ray Ray, or whoever the hell he is in your life, if he's not left, if he's not a Democrat, if he's not doing these things, then he's not going to get no loving from you, period. And you need to encourage that. And that's what this song is talking about.
Wanna hit this booty, gotta do your civic duty. No voting, no loving. No voting, no touching. No voting, no nothing. No voting, no fucking. No voting, no fucking. No voting, no loving. No voting, no touching. No voting, no nothing. No voting, no fucking. No voting, no fucking.
Yeah, don't stop now. Stuff my ballot box again. But my homegirl through. Put the buy in partisan. Politics be so nasty. Make me wanna flirt ya. Show you how to be a poll worker. Legs in the air, I don't care. Anyone could get it. Universal health care. If you wanna come before the deadline. Come in the jacuzzi. Gerrymander this coochie.
No voting, no love. No voting, no touch. No voting, no nothing. Can't let me down. Gotta stand up for something. No voting, no love. No voting, no touch. No voting, no nothing. BLK, we gon' stand up for something. Yeah, that's right. No voting, no loving. If the coochie is the goal, go hit the pose. Period.
Y'all listen to the overall message. Y'all hear the overall message.
That's bullshit.
Let me tell y'all the agenda that, and this goes for both parties, okay? Let me tell y'all the overall agenda with both parties of what they're doing right now. And they run this same game every single time. And I don't know why people keep falling for this bullshit every single time. The overall agenda is this. They want to manipulate you. They want to manipulate you. One of the biggest tactics, how the way they manipulate people, is through fear. And this segued into the second part of what I want to talk to y'all about. They manipulate through fear. The first fear tactic that y'all seen in real time was with who? With Trump, with this alleged assassination attempt. Those y'all who didn't want to catch my video doing that, by all means, go catch it. It is on my channel up right now. But they use fear tactics to sway you into voting. So if the Republican Party went through that much of a stream to create a fear tactic to get people to vote for them, what do you think the left, the Democrat Party, is using as a fear tactic to get you to vote? How many of y'all know about Project 25? How many of y'all know about that, Project 25? Project 25. Reason why I'm bringing up Project 25 is because Project 25 is the fear tactic that the Democratic Party is using to sway you to vote, but not just for a certain type. Not just for certain type of people, but for a certain type of demographics. Okay. They're using Project 25 to influence the Black American votes. They're using Project 25 to influence the middle class and poor class votes. They're using Project 25 to influence the protected class votes, which that also includes the LGBTQ community. That's what they're doing. See, I know a lot of people being out here, especially content creators, y'all being out here talking about Project 25 and using it as a fear tactic to get people to vote Democratic. But I want to encourage y'all that I did my research on Project 25 and I know what Project 25 entails. Project 25 was created by a sick individual who is linked up with Trump, by the way. I'm going to give y'all that one. Who is linked up with Trump, by the way. But at the same time, let's be real about it. Let's be real about it, because sometimes we only see one track based on what's been presented to you. But let's be real about it. Trump did admit that he don't have nothing to do with that Project 25 thing. He don't have nothing to do with that. He don't want to have nothing to do with that. He had denounced that Project 25 thing. But just like I said in my live yesterday, right? I said this. I said that birds of a feather flocks together. What do you mean by that, Urban? If you are even associated or affiliated with these said people, right, that you say that you deny, to be honest with you, how the way it looks to the average person like me and you and everybody else, it makes it seem like that you are part of the agenda. Let's also be real about it. Let's be real about it. But even though that Project 25 is a book or a memorandum, whatever you want to call it, memoirs of this person who wrote it, right? That does not necessarily mean that they could pass that. Because once again, like I stated on my stream yesterday, talking about the role of the president do not have no type of power to pass laws. He could write them off. They could send it up. The whole process is this. It have to pass through the House of Representatives. The House of Representatives have to vote on it. And I told y'all about the chaos that's happening in the House of Representatives right now, where these fools argue about any old crazy thing. They barely could get anything passed in the House of Representatives right now because they're going back and forth, arguing. But it had to pass through them. It had to be voted. They're from the House of Representatives. They have to go up to the Senate, right? Then finally, it had to pass the Senate. Then finally, when it's a go with the Senate, then that's when finally the president will sign off on it and making it too loud. The president cannot bypass the Senate. He cannot bypass the House of Representatives. He can't do that. The only exception to that rule is if you're dealing with something like, for example, when we was dealing with that pandemic, where it was a national emergency type situation. The president had that type of power to what was called an executive order pertaining to that particular situation. But in that Project 25 thing that they got out, it is not executive order. You cannot get an executive order on that, period. So all that fear tactic that the Democrats or the left is pushing to y'all right now, it is some bullshit for real. They just using that to scare y'all.
That's bullshit.
They using that to scare y'all so y'all could vote. That's what they're doing. And I'm being real with y'all as possible. That's exactly what they're doing. They use the same tactic every election year. I don't know why people haven't caught on to this. They do this every single year. They do it every time. But yet it's still, I don't know. It's like we all in the matrix or whatever. We just keep falling for the same old bullcrap over and over again. Allowing these people, we thinking that these people, right, we thinking that they have the best interest for us as the American citizens. Thinking that they have the best interest for us. But in reality, like I stated in my last slide, it's all about game to them for real. It's all about game. Me personally, I am so tired. of seeing my people. I'm so tired of seeing my people get it done over because of a lack of knowledge. So tired of my people get it done over because of a lack of knowledge. And the crazy part about it, just like what it says in the Bible, right? The reason why you're getting over with a lack of knowledge is because you rejecting it. You reject to see the truth. You rather fall for a fantasy and a lie and to wake up and really understand the truth. And once again, we're going to get deeper into this Kamala thing, but once again, my overall thing is that I'm not trying to influence y'all not to vote for Kamala, but I'm trying to persuade y'all to at least vote for her for the right reason. That's all I'm saying. Vote for her for the right reasons. Don't vote because you're afraid of Project 25. Don't vote because you are you don't like Trump and you're just doing it to be vindictive towards Trump. No, because it's bullshit.
That's bullshit.
Don't do it because of that reason. Do it because you honestly understand the issues that's going on in your said communities and you want to see change and you honestly believe that this said person will make a difference. Do it for that reason. Don't do it because she's black. Don't do it because she's going to be a woman. None of that. No. All I'm asking y'all is to do it for the right reason. Vote for the right reason because in reality, our vote really do matter for real. Obviously, it matters if they're going through this extreme to try to fear you into voting. So obviously it matters. And here's another thing too. If our vote really matter, right? If our vote really matter, then I want y'all to consider this. Why it isn't possible for just the average Joe to run for president. Have y'all ever thought about that? why it isn't possible for just an average Joe just to pull up and run for president? When I'm talking about the average Joe, I'm not talking about celebrities, because I know that one point in time Kanye West ran. I'm not talking about celebrity. I'm talking about the average Joe person, the average white collar or blue collar worker. Hell, like for me, for example, if I say, you know what, forget it, I'm running for president. Why I can't run for president? Why is such a high caliber of requirements for me, the average Joe person, to run for president? Oh, in order for you to run for president, you have to have a PhD in political science. Oh, in order for you to run for president, knowing you have to have a PhD in science, you have to serve in Congress for at least about 5 to 10 years. In order for you to run for president, you got to not only do that, but you also got to have endorsements. All this stuff that I'm telling y'all, right? They made it virtually impossible for the average person. And I'm talking about the average person. I'm not talking about no celebrities whatsoever. I'm talking about the average person, me and you who are watching right now. They made it literally impossible for us to say, hey, I want to run for presidency. Hey, I want to be part of the Senate. Hey, I want to be part of the House of Representatives. They made it impossible. They said that you got to receive this type of documentation or these credentials, which is known as a degree. It's the reason why they call it a degree, y'all. It's the reason why they call it that. And they're saying that you have to have these certain credentials or degree to be recognized to run for anything dealing with political. Hey, y'all ever thought about that? Just like, why is that so? The reason why is because, once again, the agenda behind that. On my show yesterday, I told y'all that there was 2 different types of groups, okay? I told y'all that it's the people that they talking about, we the people, right? Whenever they referencing the people, right? The people. I told y'all yesterday that the people does not mean me and you. Once again, the people do not mean me and you. The people mean them higher ups. That's who they're referenced to. That's who they're talking about. They're talking about their House of Representatives. They're talking about your one congressman, your congresswomen. They're talking about your senators and different things like that. That's who they're referencing. Your judges. That's who they represent, talking about the people. The people. We're not considered as the people according to the Constitution. When they drafted, when former President Jefferson and them, they sit down and they drafted the Constitution, right? And they used "we the people." Do you know exactly who they was talking about? Do you know who they was talking about? They wasn't talking about the citizens. They was talking about them, who was there. They was talking about Jefferson, Andrew Jackson, and all them who was there to sign the Constitution. We the people, meaning them. And that same concept goes today, right now. They have not changed. It's talking about them. They consider themselves the higher ups. They consider themselves as the elite. While we are not the people, we are citizens of the country. That's what we are. We're citizens. So it's a complete difference. It's the reason why they use language like that. They use language like that to separate us. To separate, as they say, the powers to be. Go and research this, y'all. Go and research the language. Go and really, those of y'all who really is curious about what I'm talking about, go and research and dabble into political science and really understand the science behind this. The reason why they use the language like they do. And you'll understand where your role is as a citizen. You'll understand your role as not a citizen, but you also understand the roles for the powers to be, as they call themselves, or the people. You don't understand that for real. Let me share this with y'all. I promise y'all I'm gonna get to the comments in a minute. Let me share this video with y'all real quick.
Lord, our people something else. You hear me? Our people. They something else. Some of them, not all of them, some of them. Some of them something else. You dang if you do, you dang if you don't. We got the first opportunity not just to have, historically, a black woman president, but a woman president, period. And y'all see her talking about somebody staying in jail longer than they date and being locked up for marijuana, and you feel like somebody too strict on somebody. Did they smoke it? Did they do the crime? Well, if they did the crime and they smoked it, then they need to do the time. Sometimes that's what it takes for somebody to realize, I don't want to go to jail no more. I don't want to do this no more. I don't want to do that no more. So y'all gonna hold this to this lady right here. Do you ever sit down and ask yourself, is she qualified though? I look at all this stuff over here on the opposite record. Is she qualified? Because if you ask yourself, is she qualified? And she is. And she is, and she is, then you will look at that record over and say, you know what? You can get on out the way. You can get on out the way because it's time. It's time. That little simple stuff, oh, she too hardcore. She too strict. Why? Because y'all don't want to abide by the law. Because the word of God says this, a person who abides by the law, there is no law for them. But when you're a person who don't want to abide by the law, guess who the law for? It's for you. Y'all something else. That's why a lot of us can't even get nowhere. You know why? Because we always got somebody who gonna want to be that crab in the barrel. Oh, this. Oh, that. I don't think so. For something small. Something they don't want to forgive somebody for. You want to keep holding that over somebody's head. Oh, they for this and they for that. She also for diversity. She also for a whole lot of other stuff that's gonna help you. Can you not see that? Y'all something else. We dang if we do, we dang if we don't. I don't understand. And then some of y'all ain't even competent enough to be on social media talking about nothing. You understand what I'm saying? You want to keep on getting away with the same stuff you getting with. And you mad because that lady was asked, talking about, do you ever smoke marijuana? And she laughed it off. Okay. All right. Did you go to school and study what she studied to be in the position that she in? Because when you get in them certain kind of positions, you get certain kind of privileges. And you ain't there. It don't make no sense. Oh, don't vote for her for this. Don't vote for I wouldn't vote for her. Though America is not ready for a woman president. Why they ain't? Why they ain't? They ready for a man president. All these years. Men. And a lot of times that's got us in trouble. It had to take a strong woman that was standing behind him, guiding him, so he would make better decisions. And now all of a sudden you talking about a woman can't be president of the United States. I don't know what Bible you reading. You ain't reading the same one I'm reading, baby. You didn't read what I read in the book of Jeremiah. Because after God got through giving men all them chances, he realized that he had to come through the womb of a woman to get him so that we all can have an opportunity at eternal life. But she can't be president.
I didn't mean to stop it there, but it cringes me so much so when people sit up here and misinterpret the scriptures the way that they do to fit their own narrative. In the book of Jeremiah, that is not what that was referencing to at all. In the book of Jeremiah, the prophet Jeremiah was prophesying when Jesus was going to come onto the scene. Okay? And then it had nothing to do with his mother Mary and being this prominent figure, because even in the scriptures, Mary is not a prominent figure. She's the mother of Jesus, correct, but for it's her being in a position of power. For she's been in a position of power where she is residing over a man, no, not at all. And here's another thing too that fascinates me whenever, especially when women reference the Bible, right? It fascinates me so much so that they reference the Bible, but don't understand that that same Bible came from a patriarchal perspective. That's flabbergasted about that they don't understand that it came from a patriarchal perspective. It came from a patriarchal mentality, a mindset. To be quite honest with y'all, and this coming from a man, and I've said this a lot of times, but this whole patriarchal mindset, even when the men back in that time was using the Bible to not only enslave our black ancestors, right? Our black African American ancestors, right? where they used the Bible to enslave them, but they also was using the Bible to enslave their wives as well too. Them slave masters using that same Bible to enslave their wives. Facts. Therefore, by them using this Bible right, that Bible and the patriarchal system combined with that right and this ideology, that's what created this whole damn feminist movement to begin with in the first place. But I mean, if that's your argument, talking about, you know, hey, it's in the Bible, then God appointed a woman and all the stuff there, which ain't nowhere in the goddamn history of that patriarchal Bible will a woman ever been in the position of power, and that's facts. And let me clarify, a woman never been in a position of power where she reside over a man. That's facts. Now, there are situations where God in the Bible, in the Old Testament, he appointed judges, and one of the judges were women. That's facts. But they never resided over anything. But if you want to roll with that, all right.
I'm glad you ain't her God. And then some of y'all got the nerve to get on national TV and say, after you say, okay, maybe that might be a good idea. But then again, I kind of don't know, because she kind of been in the back. What's she supposed to be? Where you supposed to be when you got somebody leading? Don't you supposed to follow? You don't get in front of them. You don't make yourself all known and like they ain't the president of the United States. You don't get out there. You don't just push your way in. Because there's certain protocol you got to abide by in order for you to get in the position you're supposed to be in. In order to be a great leader, you got to first be a follower. And you're going to sit up there talking about, oh, I ain't really see her do nothing. What's she supposed to been doing? If the president would have gave her some work to do, she going to do it. Anything he get her to do, she going to do it.
Appreciate you, Lisa. Have a good night.
How's she supposed to get it done? But that don't mean she ain't competent. That don't mean she ain't observing. That don't mean she ain't watching. That don't mean she ain't educated. Y'all got the nerve to get on national TV talking about, I ain't hardly see her do nothing. She wasn't the president. She was the VP. Her job was to assist, like a husband and a wife. The husband is the husband. He's the head. The wife is the helper. Her job is to sit right there and make sure he elevates.
See, she just contradicted her whole entire argument. God damn. I'm gonna let y'all, once again, I'm gonna let y'all stay how I feel about women being in a position of power in a few seconds after she get through with her rant.
What y'all want that woman to do? Take charge of that man's job? It don't work that way. I don't think a woman should be in that position. If she ain't supposed to be up in that position, baby, then maybe she don't need to have no babies either. Okay? Because that right there is you carrying on the life of another person, making sure and ensuring that they get him. You understand what I'm saying? And don't tell me it's a difference, because it ain't, baby. That's a responsibility. That's accountability. That's nurturing. Don't talk to me about you don't think a woman should do like this. If you don't think a woman should do nothing, guess what? As a woman who's saying that, maybe you're the one that's weak. Because a lot of us ain't. We ain't never scared. Let me tell you about a profound clause that I heard over the years, and it continues to reverberate in my mind. Reverberate in my mind when it comes to a man and a woman when you want to talk about some kind of comparison. And that statement is this: if you educate a man, you heard it, you educate an individual. But if you educate a woman, you educate a nation. So if you understand what that means, then you understand how imperative it is for us.
Yeah.
That's bullshit.
Well, continue.
Get behind this woman and rally for her to become the next president of these United States. But if you don't understand.
Yeah. All right, so once again, let me explain to y'all my stance on this again, on this issue, and this segue into the second part of this show, right? The first half of the show, I was showing y'all one of the reasons why Black Americans, well, several reasons why Black Americans was going to vote for Kamala Harris to be the next president. The reasons I was on sharing with y'all is because they want to beat Trump. They had this fear tactic over Project 25, right? They wanted, because she's black, knowing she's black, but she's a black woman as well too. So I share with y'all all these different issues that they was going to do and the tactics that they was going to do to promote this. Okay, but Here's the issue that we want to talk about right now, because this issue that we're talking about right now in the second part of the show, we're talking about women's rights, okay? That's the reason why I referenced and told y'all about the patriarchal system. That's the reason why I referenced and told y'all about how feminism was formed and everything, right? It is absolutely facts that the men in this country had dropped the ball on the women of this country. That's absolutely facts. No denying it. No denying it. No denying it. No denying it. It is true that we got a lot of beta male ass men, for real.
Beta.
No lie. We're not denying. I'm not denying it at all, period. Because it's true. If it wasn't for us, the men back in the day, if they didn't have dropped the ball on this, where they was sitting up here all being narcissistic, and I'm talking about the MPD narcissism, where these dudes was off the chain. If it wasn't for them doing all this MPD narcissism, right, treating their wives so the way that they did, so up there cheating on their wives with the slave women and stuff, and doing all this crazy stuff that they was doing, we wouldn't be in the situation, this generation where we at right now. If these dudes were on you, were to come into this country and act right. I'm just saying. So what we dealing is on an unprecedented level that we're literally paying for the sins of our fathers, for real. That is literally what's happening in real time. That's what's happening. These dudes back in the day dropped that ball. And the crazy part about it, they still continue on with this tradition and keep it letting it go over and over again, not understanding that for every cause, there's an effect. Every cause, there's an effect. Every single time you want to push this narrative, this patriarchal system, the system of this MPD narcissism, the system of controlling, the system of gaslighting, guess what? It's always going to be pushback. The effect it's going to be pushback. And that's what the women did. They created the feminism movement. They created the first wave, the second wave. They incorporated the slaves into the second and the third wave of the feminism movement. And now we all over here is messed the hell up. We're literally sitting up here paying for the sins of our fathers, for real. We really are. Now, with all of that being said, right, this is where I stand once again on this issue with women being in power. Notice I use the term women being in power. I'm not talking about women in leadership, you know what I'm saying, overall leadership. I'm talking about women when women have power or be in a powerful position. My stance is this, is that I don't believe that a woman is competent in handling being in a position of power because she's just not built for it. Facts. But however, for us like leadership, like she was talking about, for us like a woman being in partnership with her husband, like being a wife and she's being a nurturer and taking care of the children, you know what I'm saying? But she understands the foundations that a man have to be in leadership, right? Or a man have to be in power, right? That's what I agree with, because that's how the way it is. That is how the way nature intended it to be. It is through human nature. It is through every species ever that you could think about, how the way it is. By you try to go against nature itself, that proves right off the bat that women should not be in a position of power. It just is what it is. Like right now, this young lady, I have much respect for real. But everything that she was talking about, she wasn't speaking on truth. She was speaking on our feelings and emotions. And that's what women tend to do, is always speak on their feelings and emotion. They always act and react based on how they feeling in the moment. And I done said it countless of times. Hell, to be honest with you, I made a reference about women creating the feminist movement, which I'm not against that. But however, look. It was due to women when they was in their feelings and their emotions by how the way their husbands was treating them. That's what created the whole entire thing. Let's be real about it. Let's be honest. Let's have this honest conversation about this. It wasn't through logic and reasoning and stuff, and they just, they just sat down and got the think tank, just like how they create the Constitution and stuff, right? And they got all the women together and one like, hey, let's come together and do this. It wasn't like that. It was based on emotions and feelings, how the way they felt in that moment, and they wanted to get back at their captives. That's what they wanted to do. So they just created this thing to do it. So to be honest with you, it troubles me that let's say, hypothetically speaking, that Kamala actually be in office, right? She become president. What troubles me is that what level of Kamala are we going to deal with? That's what bothers me the most. What are we going to deal with? What are we going to deal with? Are we going to deal with Kamala where she's going to be consistent no matter how the way she feels? She's going to be consistent and make the right decision for the nation? Or is she going to be up here in her feelings? And y'all know how y'all ladies are. Y'all get up here, y'all petty feelings. This sound like, hell, I'm going to be petty today. I'm going to be petty. What if she go out and be at the United Nations and stuff, right? And here's another thing, too, why I say women should not be in the position of power. Because these other countries strongly believes in the patriarchal system, too. So let's say she go and represent the United States of America, right? She go to the United Nations. These dudes end up laughing at her, they end up cussing her the hell out and everything. And they end up saying that they don't want to do no type of business with her for the sole purpose because she's a woman in power. How would she be able to handle that feedback? How would she be able to bounce back on that? And it's consistent. Every single time she go to UN, every single time she go to these different conferences, it's the same exact energy with these dudes. How would she handle that? Would she be able to have a firm foundation and handle that like how men handle that? Or would she end up getting into her petty feelings of like, you know what? Fine. I don't have to deal with none of y'all. What would happen? That's what bothers me about that. Even right now, and y'all could contest to this for real. A lot of y'all right now are working citizens, right? A lot of y'all are working citizens, meaning that you do have women right now who are in certain positions. They're your supervisors, they're your managers, you know what I'm saying? They're your team leaders and different things like that, right? Right? A lot of y'all in that same token of what I'm saying, right? A lot of y'all be sitting up here, going into the break room, be complaining about y'all supervisors, complaining about your leads, complaining about your managers who are women. And the number one complaint isn't about the job itself. It's about how difficult they make the job be because they be up in their petty ass feeling. No lie. That be the number one complaint. They don't be about the job, it be about how they be up in their petty feelings. Like I stated yesterday, some of them, they be sitting up here literally bringing their personal feelings into the workplace. They don't have nothing to do with you. They be having their petty feelings. They be sitting up here mad at their boyfriend, mad at their husband, mad at their children. Hell, can I be real tonight? They be sitting up here mad because they on their cycle. Mad because they cramping and decide to bring that into the workplace. Mad as hell. The workers don't have nothing to do with how you personally feel, but you decide to bring that into the workplace and cause all type of chaos into the workplace. All because how the way you feeling in that moment. That's what bothers me about that, is that I don't want to be dealing with that. I don't want to be on one day looking at the news and Kamala still on her cycle, or due to her age, that she's aging, right? She started getting into menopause and stuff too, right? And she opened up feelings, and next thing you know, we looking at the news, Kamala to sit up her to cuss out the North Korean president. Cause she just opened up feelings. Like, what the hell?
That's bullshit.
And then we gotta have to figure this out. That's the reason why I say that women shouldn't be in a position of power, because it's just not natural for women to be that way. I don't care either way y'all flip. I don't care how much you want to believe in it. Women should not be in a position of power. I don't care what position it is. I don't care if it's in your church, because I know it's women who are pastors, overseers, bishops, whatever you want to call it, right? No. 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 And there ain't nothing sexist about it. Ain't nothing discriminatory about it. Nothing like that. Nothing. And once again, I want to re-emphasize women in power. I'm not talking about in leadership positions, because I do believe that women are at least competent of being in certain leadership positions, long as they under the authority of a higher up or a man. Long as they have that type of guidance to balance them out, then they're fine. That's the same thing as being in a marriage, right? Long as that woman is under authority of a man, once again, a man who is of sound mind, not no NPD, narcissistic type of dude. Not the betas, neither.
Beta.
But I'm talking about the true man with purpose, of a sound mind, who's a true leader for real. Long as they under that true leadership, then that would be fine. They'll be fine. But once again, this pivots back around to why I even said that I'm holding us men, holding our predecessors accountable for this, what we're dealing with right now, because we literally just dropped the ball on it, for real. We did. And it's up to us as men, as leadership, to clean the shit up. We got to clean this up for real. It's up to us to clean it up, because we're the one who caused this chaos. It's not just the woman. It's not just the woman. It is us as men who dropped the ball on this for real. That's why it fascinates me so much so, y'all. It fascinates me so much so about all this talk, especially about the red pill, manosphere, and all this stuff, you know what I'm saying? And I be hearing these old betas get on these panels and stuff, be sitting here talking about all this bull crap and stuff. Women ain't doing this, women ain't doing that, women ain't doing whatever. But yet it's still, they don't want to hold us men accountable for the attitude behind it to begin with in the first place. But I will. I most certainly will, because it's facts. So it's up to us to fix this, to clean this up. Because if not, then we're going to be in a situation where next thing you know, people going to be voting based on their feelings and their emotions, based versus what's best for the country. And once again, this whole entire live is that I'm not trying to get on y'all about Kamala. I'm not trying to influence y'all not to vote for Kamala. It never came out of my mouth said that I did not want y'all to vote for Kamala Harris. But all I'm doing is giving y'all a different perspective. All I'm doing is challenging y'all reasoning behind it. I just want y'all reasoning behind it to be of a sound mind instead of the stupid stuff that they're going to push out here to y'all, which is she's the first woman in office. She's the first black woman in office. No. Don't vote because of that reason. No. I want to share this too. This video kind of long too, right? Do y'all know that Kamala was actually in my city a couple of weeks ago? Yes, I didn't tell y'all about it. I know I didn't tell y'all about it. But yeah, Kamala was in my city a couple of weeks ago. She was here. She was in town. I didn't tell y'all about it because at that time it really wasn't that relevant to me. But I knew. Kamala was in our city, right? Kamala was attending her sorority conference that they hold every year in our city during this time. Kamala is part of the Alpha Kappa Alphas, which is the AKAs. The AKA is part of the Divine Nine, which is a black sorority and fraternity organization for those of y'all who don't know. So she was here for that conference. Okay. So I managed to pull the footage of her speech at this conference, and I want y'all to listen carefully to what she's talking about. And once again, this is still dealing with us making sure that you're going to vote for the right reasons, okay? Not because she's a woman, not because she's a black woman, okay? Listen to her speech, and y'all let me know what you think about that.
Good morning, my sorors. Good morning. Oh, my goodness. Please have a seat. Please have a seat. Oh, my heart is full. To our Supreme Basilisk, Danette Anthony Reed, thank you for your leadership, your kind words, your friendship, and all that you do. To the members of the Directorate, to my dear friend, Dr. Glenda Glover, and to all Supreme Bacilli.
Oh, real quick, y'all, real quick. Shout out to each and every last one of y'all who are watching the stream right now. I see a lot of people in the building. If I didn't acknowledge y'all, my apologies. But I see a lot of people in the building. Blue, I see you. Scorpio, everybody else. Joyce, I see you in the building as well, too. And everybody else who are watching in the bushes, salute to y'all as well, too. Let's go.
Thank you for your years of leadership and mentorship. To my line sisters, the 38 jewels of iridescent splendor. Oh, you are such an incredible part of my journey, and I love you guys. Thank you for being here. And to all those who serve Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, it is an honor and a joy to be with you today.
Real quick, here's a fun fact. Those of y'all who don't know this, do y'all know that every last one of the people, right? We the people, right? Which is your politicians, right? And I'm preferably talking about in the black community right now, okay? Do y'all know that each and every last one of them is a part of the Divine Nine? Do y'all know that? All of them are. All of them are either AKAs, they're either Deltas, they're Sigmas, they're Alphas, they're, They all are part of that organization. Every last one of them. Your representatives are part of that organization. That's to let y'all know. Okay.
Before I begin, I will say a few words on Hurricane Beryl. Our hearts, of course, are with the millions of Texans who are facing the devastating impact of the storm, and all those who lost loved ones, and the first responders who have worked around the clock to keep people safe, and the line crews who are working as fast as possible to restore power. President Biden has approved a major disaster declaration, and we will continue to stand with the people of Texas as we rebuild and recover. And with that, I will address the topic at hand. Sorors, as many of you know.
Now, I want y'all to pay attention to her actual topic, her talking points. And this right here, I want y'all to listen to all the issues that she's going to present to you. Okay? I want you to listen to the issues. And if there's something that you've been thinking about, it's something that you've been considering, then, yeah.
No. This sisterhood has been a part of my life since my earliest days, starting with my aunt, Miss Christine Simmons, who was initiated in 1950 at Howard University. And from 1978 to 1981, she served as Basilisk of Alpha Nu Omega chapter in Oakland, California. And in fact, one summer, Auntie Chris hosted one of our revered founders, Miss Norma E. Boyd, who was then 93 years old. And Miss Boyd gave me her book, A Love That Equals My Labors, which she signed to Kamala with love, Norma E. Boyd. And that cherished book now sits in my West Wing
Make sure y'all get them likes up as well too. Appreciate it.
office at the White House. As a testament to our enduring legacy. A legacy that began 116 years ago when Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated was founded to create desperately needed social and legal change and to build networks of support for Black college women. Our sisterhood was also founded, as we know, in the face of profound challenges in our country. Think about it. In 1908, women were not guaranteed the right to vote. There was not a single Black person in the United States Congress. And that year, 89 Black Americans were lynched, and that was just the number that was documented.
Now, her first issue is this. She's saying that women did not have the right to vote. Now, does this sound strikingly familiar with what I was telling y'all a few moments ago? Well, I was telling y'all the issues at hand back in the past with our former predecessors were they believe in the patriarchal system. And so what ended up happening is that the women was up in their feelings. They ended up start clapping back on their husbands and stuff, right? Because they was sent up here sleeping with the slaves. So much so where they end up creating what is known as the feminist movement of today.
And yet, despite all of this, and perhaps because of it, our founders believed in the power of sisterhood and service. And our founders believed in the promise of America. A promise of freedom, opportunity, and equality, not for some, but for all. For generations, in furtherance of the vision of our founders, we have fought then to realize that promise. From our creation of the Mississippi Health Project in the 1930s, to job training and literacy programs in the 1960s and 70s, and then most recently, of course, the work on voting rights and economic opportunity and child hunger. Throughout our history, the leaders of Alpha Kappa Alpha have stood up, spoken out, and done the work to build a brighter future for our nation, including, of course, in 2020, when during the height of a pandemic, you helped elect Joe Biden President of the United States, and me as the first woman elected Vice President of the United States. And it is because of your work and your support that we have been able to then fill our administration with incredible leaders, such as Shalonda Young, Soror Shalonda Young,
woman
who is the head of the most powerful office of management and budget. She controls the money. And of course, a member of our sorority. The promise of America, the promise of freedom, opportunity, and equality.
And also, I don't know if y'all paid attention to her wording behind it. See, once again, it's one thing to be in position of leadership, right? But it's a total different level when you're seeking to be in a position of power. That's why she referenced it the way that she did, is because that lady had got into a position of power, preferably dealing with finance. I want y'all to think about that.
For all people. You know, when we first took office, the president and I knew that to realize that promise, we must address long-standing issues, some issues that people just don't like to even talk about. We decided we must, for example, make healthcare more affordable, because the reality is that access to healthcare should be a right and not just a privilege of those who can afford it. We decided to look at specific communities that have been long suffering on specific issues then, including diabetes. So we decided to address the cost of insulin with the knowledge that Black people are 60% more likely to be diagnosed with diabetes.
Okay, so I'm since she's talking about healthcare, right? This is normally one of their main talking points for both parties. So let me challenge y'all on this, those of y'all who the viewers. Since you been living as a living adult, right? How has the healthcare system been with you? Have your healthcare been affordable to you, where you don't have to pay a high premium that comes out of your paycheck? Are you able to do that? Where the premium is not high, it's really cheap, where you get money in your pocket per your paycheck? How about you going to visits to the doctors? Most clinics and doctors, right? Most clinics and doctors require you to do what? Pay a copay, right? So it's the copay that you have to pay just to get a checkup. Is it affordable to you? Whenever you go in for an emergency visit, right? Is your healthcare bill affordable where you could pay that bill right then and there? Now, each and every last one of y'all should be saying, nope, it's not. It's not. Because first of all, let's deal with the working class person, right? First of all, those of y'all who are working right now, they take out a certain amount per your paycheck, regardless if you get paid weekly, regardless if you get paid bi-weekly, regardless if you get paid semi-monthly or monthly. It really don't matter. But they take out a certain type of amount out of your paycheck. They call that amount a premium that they take out. On the average person, right? Let's say an average single person, right? The average single person premium normally ranges between like $250 to $300 per paycheck that they take out. Right? And that is only the premium. That is not covering the actual bills. Then within that, right, you have what is known as, once again, a copay as well too, right? So depending on the type of medical insurance that you have, right, you're required to pay up to a certain amount until the actual medical provider will pay your bills. And I'm lying about that? Like, say for example, you're after your premium, you have to pay up to about probably like $1,500 or somewhere around there. Some be like $3,000. You have to pay up to about $3,000, $1,500 or whatever, right? Just for the medical provider to pick up what is known as 80% of your bill. Just for that to happen. If you don't meet that threshold, then you are responsible for that bill. So I ask y'all once again, is the healthcare really affordable to you? Now, that's just for a single person. Imagine how much the premium is for a family. A family premium runs around by $600 to $700 easy. Then you have to meet a threshold with the family. The threshold with the family be almost like $6,000 to $10,000. That's to meet that threshold so they can pick up and start paying your bill. So once again, since President Biden being in office, have healthcare truly been affordable? Hell, I even go back to one when Trump was in the office. When Trump was in the office, was healthcare affordable then? I even go back further than that. Obama, when Obama was in office, was healthcare truly affordable then? The answer to all the questions, those y'all who hesitated, is hell no. None of it was affordable. None of it was affordable. But we could keep playing this game.
And we took on Big Pharma and capped the cost of insulin for our elders at $35 a month.
And then she talked about this insulin and diabetes like it's a flex for real. Like, what the hell? There are way more challenging diseases out there than diabetes, man. Which honestly, let's have this accountability moment. Let's have this accountability moment. Diabetes could easily be controlled by us as Black people maintaining a good, healthy diet, which we don't want to do. So all this stuff we be sitting up there eating all the fast food all the time and doing all this weird stuff, we the one who be causing these diseases on ourselves. Let's be real about it.
We knew to realize the promise of America, we must address the issue of student loan debt.
All right, so the next she's going to talk about student loan debt, and I got something to say about this too.
And I know there are many here who have benefited from that work. Please testify. And we have forgiven debt for nearly 5 million people so far, and twice as much for our public servants, including our nurses and our teachers and our firefighters. The president and I have also taken on the issue of medical debt, finally making it so that medical debt, which is usually the result of a medical emergency, is not something you plan, it's not something you invite, but we have made it now so that medical debt can no longer be used against your credit score.
And she talking about this like it's a flex, when it's not. That's not even a flex. That's because it don't go against your credit score. That doesn't mean that the debt just magically go away. No, it's still there. And you still have to pay that outstanding debt amount. And let's piggyback on the student loans as well too. Here's my issue with the student loan thing. When I was sending out this forgiveness thing with the student loans, they was targeting only a certain type of demographic people. Do y'all understand that? That was only targeting people who's considered as public figures. That was targeting only people who's considered as essential workers as well too, who went to school and got a degree and became essential workers. Public figures and essential workers, stuff like that, they consider them as valuable, right? And so therefore, that's the reason why they went off and paid off their student debt. But the average person like me and you, right, who didn't go to school to be an essential worker, right? You just went to school just so you can make a cost of living, right? Guess what? You still got that student loan debt, don't you? You sure do. You still got that student loan debt right now. Because once again, I'm trying to just show y'all the game behind this for real. You know what I'm saying? And once again, I'm not discouraging y'all to vote to vote against Kamala, anything like that. All I'm doing is putting this out here to y'all to make sure that y'all understanding the reason why you are or not going to vote for Kamala. Okay? I want y'all to understand the reason why you're going to do it instead of this crazy reason because she's a black woman running for president.
Because that credit score, of course, is supposed to measure whether you are responsible financially or not. The fact that you have endured a medical emergency is not a measure of that, and so it was just wrong, and we have corrected that. To realize the promise of America, we have addressed the long-standing crisis of maternal mortality. Something, as you know, I've been working on since I was in the United States Senate. Why? Because women in America die at a higher rate in connection with childbirth than women in any other
Okay, now her next issue is she going to be talking about Roe versus Wade and abortion.
nation in the world, and black women are 3 times more likely to die in connection with childbirth. So to address this crisis, among the work that I've done, I challenged every state in our nation when we first came in. I challenged every state in our nation. And I challenged them and said, extend Medicaid coverage for postpartum coverage from the measly 2 months a year that you've been doing to a full year. And I am proud to report that when I issued the challenge, only 3 states offered a full year of coverage. Now 46 states offer a full year of coverage. And today I am announcing for the first time, we have created national health and safety standards for maternal care. For the first time, national standards.
Now, I want y'all to also understand this, okay? Whenever she say that we have created, right? Not only, matter of fact, I'm put y'all this way. So I won't sound like I'm biased in this particular thing, but whenever any type of politician use the language that we have created X, Y, and Z, right? They're not saying that this is law, that is effective as of now. They are saying that in anticipation that they had created this bill, right? And they're passing this bill through the House of Representatives to hopefully everybody will vote on the bipartisan, will vote on this particular bill so it could be sent up to the Senate and so it could be sent all the way up to the president to sign. That's what I want y'all to understand. So all this stuff that they talking about, you could pretty much say that it does empty promises. That's what it is. It is literally empty promises that they anticipated on happen, but it's based on what happened in the House of Representatives, going all the way up to the Senate, going all the way up to the president. So I want y'all to understand that.
Which means nearly every hospital in our country will soon be required to provide new mothers with delivery rooms that are fully stocked with life-saving medical equipment. It's the first time. So sorors, all of us here are clear. While we have come a mighty long way, we have more work to do. Across our nation, we are witnessing a full-on assault on hard-fought, hard-won freedoms and rights. The freedom to vote, the freedom to be safe from gun violence, the freedom to live without fear of bigotry and hate, the freedom to love who you love openly and with pride, the freedom to learn and acknowledge our true and full history as America, and the freedom of a woman to make decisions about her own body and not have her government tell her what to do. And these are not only basic freedoms and rights. These are the pillars of our liberty, the essence of our democracy, and the promise of America. On that last point about the attacks we see on reproductive freedom, understand how we got here. Then President Donald Trump handpicked 3 members of the United States Supreme Court, the court of Thurgood, because he intended for them to overturn Roe v. Wade, and as he intended, they did. Now,
So I'm not going to go into a whole lot of detail about Roe versus Wade because I already did a live talking about this like almost nearly a year ago. I did a live talk about this, so
2 years later, in the South, where the majority of Black women call home, every state except Virginia has a ban. Many with no exceptions, even for rape or incest. Now, we all know one does not have to abandon their faith or deeply held beliefs to agree the government should not be telling her what to do with her body. If she chooses, she will talk with her priest, her pastor. But it should not be the government replacing her good judgment with its own. Faith and freedom can coexist. And understand, the former president wants to pass a national abortion ban to outlaw abortion in every single state. But we will not let him. We will not let that happen. We have worked too hard and fought too long to see our daughters grow up in a world with fewer rights than our mothers.
I really didn't want to talk about Roe versus Wade, but just listening to her kind of cringing me a little bit now. All right, so let me reemphasize how the way I feel about this Roe versus Wade situation about abortion. And last time I talked about this, I triggered a lot of women. All right, so I see Roe versus Wade in different perspectives. All right, now, based on dealing with, incest or the dealing with raping or, SA, which is sexual assault, them situations right there, I do believe that woman should have the right to choose. I do. Because dealing with something that traumatic, right, and then have to birth the child or your attacker have to birth that child and you have to raise that child that you never wanted to begin with in the first place, but it happened that way. And to force a woman to do that, to me, that's absolutely bullshit.
That's bullshit.
I don't agree with that at all, period. I don't. I absolutely do not agree with that. But however, and this is the other part where women disagree with me on this. I also believe that abortions should have a certain limitations to it. Once again, I believe that abortion should have a certain limitations to it because, let's be honest, on this channel, I talk about this all the time about the modern day women and their mentality. A lot of these modern day women, they be irresponsible for that said body that they say that's theirs, right? They be irresponsible as hell with their own bodies. They be sitting here allowing these Pookies and Ray Rays and these betas to sit up here and literally nut up in them. Knowing good and well they don't have the money, the resource, or anything to take care of that child. Nor that little Pookie and Ray Ray that you have in that little moment with or moments with, right? Knowing good and well that dude don't have the money and resource to take care of that child. Some of the women we send up here set up her be giving birth to these babies just to get back at these dudes. They don't want to be a parent. They're not trying to be parents or nothing like that. They get back with them for the sole purpose because they mad at them. Some of these women will set up her birthday child just so they could trap that dude and put him on child support. Facts. Some of them women will sit up there and lie and say that they took their birth control pill and encourage or manipulate that man to go in raw on them. And he thinking that she said what she said. Go in raw. Let's be real about it. Go in raw. Next thing you know, he end up nothing up in her, right? And next thing you know, oh yeah, by the way, I'm pregnant. And guess what? I'm putting you on child support. Let's have that accountability moment. It's women out there that does this for real. So that's why I say also there should be a limitation on on the abortion and all this stuff. There should be a limitation on it. You just ain't gonna just get a little abortion or whatever or do this and that because you up in your feelings. I believe that if a woman truly say that her body, her choice, I believe that she should be held accountable for their choice and decision. And that's where it separates for me. I believe that she should be held accountable for their said choice and decision. If it's her body, her choice. Because I also say this on the show all the time, and a lot of these beta male dudes disagree with me on this. But I said this. I said that women control two things. They control access to the relationship, which leads to marriage, and they also control access to sex. Unless it be forced upon them to do it. But other than that, they control that. At any given time, that woman could say no, and if she's dealing with a dude with a sound mind, he's going to respect that. She just simply said, no, I don't want to have sex with you. And that dude will sit up here, he will respect that if he got a sound mind. So I'm lying about that. So that's why I say my issues is kind of different from everybody else. Dealing with this Roe versus Wade situation, deal with this my body, my choice, and all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? I believe that there's a lot of accountability, a lot of responsibilities that have to be paid on that. I believe that it have to be limitations on abortions. I believe that these certain limitations, what I stated earlier, when it's deal with incest, raping, or SA situation, absolutely they have the choice to do that. But if you're sitting up here just going around and smashing any dude and you're allowing them to do that to you, and you're not holding yourself accountable of doing that, then nah, I don't believe you should get an abortion. I believe that you need to be a grown-ass adult and take care of that child. That's how I feel about it. But let's continue. This speech almost done to y'all.
America must trust women. America must honor individual choice. America must defend freedom. And when Congress passes a law that restores the reproductive freedoms of Roe, our President, Joe Biden, will sign it. And there is so much at stake in this moment, including last week, when the Supreme Court basically told this individual, who has been convicted of fraud, that going forward, he will be immune for activity we know he is prepared to engage in if he gets back into the White House. Consider.
Now, this is the last issue that Kamala is going to talk about, okay? This is going to be the last issue that she's going to talk about. Now, this issue is going to deal with Trump himself, all right?
Donald Trump has openly vowed, if reelected, he'll be a dictator on day one. That he will weaponize the Department of Justice against his political enemies, round up peaceful protesters and throw them out of our country, and even, and I quote, terminate the United States Constitution. What's more, Trump advisors have created a 900-page blueprint of their agenda for the second term. They call it Project 2025. It includes a plan to cut Social Security, to repeal our $35 cap on insulin.
Now, once again, earlier I shared with y'all briefly about what Project 2025 was about. Now she's fixing to state these type of issues that is talking about. Okay, but I'm reiterating this. The only reason why she's talking about this is because she's trying to use a scare tactic to persuade y'all to vote for her. Okay. Every issue that she stated was used as a scare and a manipulation tactic to get y'all votes. Okay.
To eliminate the Department of Education and end programs like Head Start. So let us be clear. This represents an outright attack on our children, our families, and our future. And all of this is to say, I do believe this is the most existential, consequential, and important election of our lifetimes. Sorors, this is a serious matter. And so in this moment, once again, our nation is counting on the leaders in this room to guide us forward, to energize, organize, and mobilize, to register folks to vote, and to get them to the polls in November. Because we know when we organize, mountains move. When we mobilize, nations change. And when we vote, we make history. So I'll conclude with this. For 116 years, the members of our sorority have been on the front lines of the fight to realize the promise of America. This year, let us continue that work. Let us fight for freedom, opportunity, and equality. Let us, as always, fight with optimism, with faith and hope, and let us see it through. Because when we fight, we win. God bless you, and God bless the United States of America.
All right, so once again, this speech was held in my city in Dallas a week ago, all right? So Kamala, she was in my city, and she was there for the AKA convention, okay? And I wanted to share that with y'all, just to give a perspective. And here's something interesting, too, that I didn't think about this until I looked at this speech again, right? What's interesting is that, first of all, she was speaking as though she was running for president of the United States. Did y'all get that? That she was speaking as though she was already campaigning to run for president of the United States. Now, the reason why I'm bringing this point to y'all is because, once again, this happened almost 2 weeks ago. This is like 12 days ago, okay? But yet it's still, she's speaking as though as she's already campaigned to run for president of the United States. Why are you mentioning that, Urban? The reason why I'm mentioning that is because, once again, like I stated last night, all of this is a political game to them. They already knew 12 days ago that they already appointed Kamala to run for president of the United States. That's why she was talking the way she was talking. That's why she gave this speech the way she did, because she already knew she was going to run for president of the United States. We didn't know, but she knew, because they already said it. They already appointed her to do that. That's why. So once again, all of this is game. It's political game, y'all. That's what I'm trying to get out of y'all through the most part of this. Yo, let's do this real quick. Let's see what Candace Owens have to say about this, y'all. Then after this, I will address y'all comments. I know I've been saying a lot tonight. I know y'all been doing through urban craziness tonight. But I most definitely will address y'all comments, all right?
So they understand that it will look really bad if they do not lean in to saying that they really do want Kamala. But even that feels a bit performative to me, and I'll tell you why. Because I'm starting to see articles creep out, and they seem like attacks on Kamala. Again, if we can go into our time machine and go back to 2020, well, every time that someone tried to interject the truth about Kamala, which is that she slept her way to the top, it's a fact. She was with some 6-year-old man, got her start in the political career, and they would go, oh my gosh, how dare you say this? That's so sexist. Well, then suddenly on July 6th, the Daily Mail actually...
That's the one thing. Well, so far, that's one of the things I disagree with Candace Owens about. Okay, I don't like it when people try to bring up other people's past to try to prove a point, to make it seem like it's relevant into the present. Okay, like say for example, any one of y'all, all of us have skeletons in our closet, right? That we did in the past that we wasn't proud of, but yet it helped us to elevate it to the point where we at right now. Now, I don't like it when people do that to each other, where they try to use that past to convey a point in the present, as though that past is what will determine the present and the future. Once again, all of us have skeletons in our closet where we did things that we were not proud of. But that's because we did that doesn't determine the present and the future. It don't. But however, sometimes you have people like Candace Owens, right, will mention this stuff, right, to try to dictate to you how the way your reality of the present should be based on their insecurities about the said situation. Let's be real about it. That's why they do that. Just like with Candace Owens, she got some things in her past that she's not proud of. The moment when people mention about it, she'll feel the same exact way what I'm saying.
Published a headline about the fact that Kamala Harris was, thoughting through life. And they basically said she got her political start, her political upstart, because she was dating this guy, Willie, can't think of his last name right now. And he was married and he was in his 60s, and Kamala Harris was just a spring chicken. And that is how she entered the political scene. So she was not somebody who was a part of their ecosystem, but they tapped her in 2020 because they were like, oh, like the thing that we always say is that look at the Republican Party, it's so white and there's no diversity. And how are we going to be able to say that if we're running Joe Biden, who has been extraordinarily wealthy his entire life and whose son is becoming extraordinarily wealthy while smoking crack simply because he's doing dirty deals in Ukraine? So what are we going to do? We're going to hire Kamala Harris. We're going to select Kamala Harris to be the vice president. And he's the only person I can think of. And then we can sell. I know that when she was sworn into Congress, she was talking about how she's an Indian, but we'll just sell the people, like, forget the Indian side. Like, now she's back to black. And the streets are talking, ha, 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 ha. And that's what they did. So that is the only reason that Kamala Harris, they literally did not have another person that they felt could be the vice president and allow them to use the isms. You don't like her, you're a sexist. You don't think that she's amazing, you're a misogynist, deep-seated misogyny. You don't want this ticket to win. Is it because Kamala Harris is black? Kinda. I feel like it is. It's because you're a racist. So they just needed her to do the thing.
And it's very interesting that she's breaking up that point too. You know what I'm saying? These other videos I'm not going to show tonight because it kind of irrelevant now to the point. So I'm fixing to get ready to address the chat and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So once again, let me re-emphasize this again. Those of y'all who are coming in to this, okay? The whole entire live is focused on this. My argument is this. My argument is not to disencourage people to not vote for Kamala Harris. That is not my argument. I just said it 5 different times that is not my argument to not vote for Kamala Harris. My argument is this for tonight, so y'all can understand this, especially those of y'all who just came in. My argument is this. I want to encourage y'all to vote for the right reasons to vote for Kamala. I don't want y'all to go into this and doing the same stupid stuff that people did back in 2008, whatever, when they voted for Barack Obama. And the reason why people voted for Barack Obama is not solely because of the issue, but they voted because he was a black man. I'm encouraging y'all the same exact way to not go into the situation because you feel like Kamala is going to be the first black woman in office. That is stupid. That is so stupid and childish to sit up here and put your livelihood on the line to vote for a person because either they color or they gender or their nationality or their religious preference. That is stupid as hell. That is so dumb. So throughout this live, I never told any one of y'all to not vote for Kamala. Period. It never came out of my mouth. Period. I never said that. Never said that. Period. But I want to encourage y'all to vote for the right reasons. That's all I'm saying. Everything that I presented to you tonight, as far as my argument, right, is that I was showing y'all the crazy reasons why people would typically vote for someone. We just don't so happen to talk about Kamala because she's trending right now. Hell, it could have been with Trump. It could have been with a independent person. It doesn't matter. It still stands the same exact principle. People will literally set up her vote for people for the strangest reason. Oh, because they're black. Oh, because they're white. Oh, because they believe in my religion that I believe in. Oh, because they part of the LGBT community. Oh, because they're AKAs. Oh, because they're Delta. Ski. All these real stupid reasons to try to vote for somebody instead of literally voting for the issues. Now, if this person, like say for example, if Kamala is best suited to handle the issues of the nation and she stand by her word and do it, then by all means vote for her. Nothing wrong with it. Vote. I am a advocate of people voting. I believe that our votes do matter for real. I really do. I really do. But just like I've been presented today in my argument, there are a lot of things that are happening in place that make it seem like our votes don't matter because it seems like all of this is a play, and regardless of what we do, they already know the end results. That does me personally how the way I see it. That is how I see it. But I still believe in the whole foundation that our votes matter. For real. I really do. I really do. But yeah, let's go ahead and address the comment. But I wanted to say that, right, because I know I was looking at the comments too while I was talking, but I know a lot of the comments was dealing with the notion thinking that I'm encouraging y'all not to vote for Kamala Harris. Well, that is not true. I never said that, ever. Never said it. And I would never will tell people that, neither. Because if I sit up here and tell people that I would be a hypocrite. Because that goes against my principles. I'm just saying. But yeah, let's go ahead and address some of these comments. I know it's a lot of comments tonight, y'all. I'm not going to guarantee that I'll be able to get through all these comments, but I will get to it in the best way possible, all right? Started with the bottom with the one I just seen. So, Hey, Max, what's up with it? Salute, welcome. Appreciate you on tuning in. Max say this. So if you don't vote for the Democrats' choice, right, you really are voting for Trump. In reality, that's true because you only got two options unless there's an independent person who's currently running as well too. So that's the only well, you got three options. You either vote left, vote right, don't vote at all, or if they have somebody who's independent running, you could vote for that person who's independent. But I don't even know who's running independent right now because they've been talking so much about Biden and Trump. Now they're talking about Kamala and Trump. So I don't even know who's running independent now. I have no idea if it's somebody who's running. I'm just saying. Name one thing that Trump did that you don't like. It's a whole lot of stuff that Trump did that I personally do not like. One of the biggest things that I don't like what Trump is doing is that I don't like Trump sitting up here doing the same as that thing that the left is doing, which is he's sitting up here low-key manipulating people to vote for him. He's sitting up here saying that he's the savior of a democracy, right? The same said democracy that all of them is screwing up, not just a certain group, but all of them sitting up here screwing up this democracy. I don't like it that he be going on social media and sit up here talking all that noise and stuff as though he don't need to be held accountable for his said behavior and his action. What's a good reason to vote for Trump then? To be honest with you, Sour Patch, I honestly don't know. If this would been on Trump in the past, where when Trump got into the office the first time around, then my number one reason would be dealing with the economy. You know what I'm saying? But this is a different version of Trump now, so I don't even know. I don't know. Be honest with you, I really ain't don't want to vote for Trump or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? Because it does seem weird. Let's see. Saying a woman should be in power is saying don't vote for her. Well, if that is your perspective, then it is what it is, because I stand firm on that, because I do not believe in women to be in a position of power. But however, I do believe in women to be in a position of leadership. There's a totally difference between being in a position of power versus being in a position of leadership. I believe that women can lead. Women can lead. They do it all the time. For example, if we talk about the nuclear family dynamics, right? A woman leads the family by being that nurturer towards the children, and she also be a advisor to her said husband. Because let's be realistic about it, men as well too. Sometimes we do be making poor decisions, not based on our emotions, is that we just make a poor decision. Sometimes our wives be giving us some good sound advice. That be very beneficial, and that's what they're there for. But once again, ladies, that all depends on the type of man that you be in a relationship with. If you sit up here and try to marry these old betas, right? Beta. Then, or these narcissistic MPD type dudes, then yeah. I'm just saying. You said it subliminally. No, I did not say it subliminally. Don't sit up here and manipulate now, Blue. I never said nothing subliminally of anything. One thing you should know about me, Blue, and everybody, is that I speak my mind up here. I don't speak in riddles or anything like that. I tell you straight up how I feel about the said situation. I'm just saying. Let's see. I'm scrolling up. I haven't scrolled down. I'm just scrolling up to where I see. All right. Let's see. Women say all type of mess against other black women. I agree with that. Constance said, yeah, I'm pissing people. I gave y'all this disclaimer before the show started. There, I'm gonna be triggering y'all tonight for real. I said it, so And it's okay. If y'all don't agree with me, it is fine. I welcome it. It is fine. It's okay. Y'all not putting me in my feelings or anything like that. It is okay. It is practically okay. In fact, I welcome this in this space for y'all to have y'all difference of opinions. Because this is another way how we could hold each other accountable. Not only hold each other accountable, but we can hear different perspectives about how the way we think about a said situation, especially political topics like this, you know what I'm saying? Where we can have a difference of opinion. We don't have to go back and forth arguing and stuff. Because like I said, I was looking at the chat and stuff too. And I was seeing some conversations going, and I see where y'all was able to redirect y'allself and everything, you know what I'm saying? Which that is good. Salute to y'all on that, you know what I'm saying? Where y'all being respectful. And this is what we do over here in the lounge. We have these tough conversations, even when we don't agree with each other. I welcome that. It is okay. And also, my moderators who are over here too, they be on top of it. They be on the job too, where if they feel like it gets out of hand, they are going to let you know. Okay? So the whole entire conversation is cool. It's welcome here. It's welcome. The chat on fire tonight, yeah. When did she sleep her way up? Now, Linda, that is considered as a rumor. Now, once again, that's also Linda, that is the reason why I brought up that reference too earlier when I was saying that I don't agree when people bring up other people's past to prove a point. Yeah, I don't agree with that, period. Now, let's say that truly did happen, that she slept her way up. Who the hell cares? It is what it is. You can't change it. You can't control it or nothing like that. It is what it is. But she's at a certain level now where she's being beneficial. So why do it matter? You know what? This also, when I think about this, like, you know, for us on the YouTube streets, right? That brings me to the point where when you have certain content creators be set up here doxing each other to try to prove a point. Well, I don't like what you said. Well, I don't like what you said. They end up going back in their past trying to dig up stuff that's to try to prove a point. I don't agree with that. Because to me, that's a form of doxing. That's a form of cyberbullying to me. They past don't matter about what you presently is talking about. And I think that's low energy to do somebody like that. Let me see. Oh, Max said this. I guess as long as there's a male candidate, it's all that matters here. No, that is not what I'm saying, Max. That is not what I'm saying at all. Once again, all I'm saying is that if you're going to vote for someone, make sure you vote for the correct reason. That could include male. We just so happen to talk about Kamala, but that includes males too. It doesn't matter. Now, if you're reference about my own viewpoint about women in power, then yeah, I stand firm on that. That once again, I don't believe women should be in a position of power. But however, I do agree with women being in a position of leadership. Let's see. Linda said, he's not pissing me off. I don't pay him any attention. It's a good platform to request others to vote for. Now, Linda, come on now. You know good and darn well you are paying attention to what I'm saying. If you wasn't paying attention to what I was saying, then you would not be coming in this chat. You would not even be over here.
That's bullshit.
You know you paying attention to what I'm saying, first of all. Come on now. Be for real. You know you are. Then second of all, the second part of that, once again, I'm not encouraging people to not vote. I'm not. I'm actually, in fact, encouraging people to vote. But I just want y'all to vote for the right reasons. That's all I'm saying. That's all I said. But good rebuttal though, Linda. I give you that rebuttal. I give you that one. I give you that one. Let's see. I didn't hear it that way. I heard her speaking like she's encouraging people to vote for Biden. Oh, that was during the speech. Yeah. Yeah, during that last speech I was showing y'all. Let's see. These are a lot of comments. Lord Jesus. Dang, y'all been commenting a lot. Let's make history. Let's show them what we can do. Let's do this. You know what, Linda? From a general perspective, I agree with you on that. I agree that we need to make history. I agree that also that we need to show them what we can do. Now, this goes all the way back to my argument earlier. I don't think he was here when I made this point earlier about this, right? When I made this point about us coming together collectively to vote. The point that I was making is that it appears that these higher up people, at the end of the day, they make the decisions on our behalf. But I was making the point that what if we were the overall people to make the overall decision instead of them? What if we made the choice? Do you know how powerful our voices will be then? It'd be very powerful because they'll listen to us, because they know that they can't go through no House of Representatives, they can't go through no Senate or anything, or the president to come up with a final decision. The final decision would be with the people. So yeah, I agree that it needs to be a history made where we just need to just say enough is enough with the bull crap. Stop allowing these people of power to sit up here and ridicule us and tell us what's best for us, why they sit up here benefiting from it, when we're not. Because these same people who are in office right now and these positions, they get to pay 6-figure salaries or higher. While we sit up here as working class citizens and sit up here struggling to pay our mortgage, struggling to keep our lights on, struggling to pay our medical bills. It's some of us right now who are literally working 2 jobs just to make a living. And that is some bullshit. Why they sit up here and chill? That's some bullshit.
That's bullshit.
And have the audacity to tell us what's best for us. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with it. All right, let me scroll down because all the top comments, that's a lot, y'all. I ain't even go back on that. All right, let me scroll down. Let's see. I start off right here. I just saw the Yogi Bear comment. Plus, I believe women should have the right to choose what goes on in their bodies, or rather or not, she should carry a child or the father. It's Pookie or whomever. All right, gotcha. And Side Patch, you pretty much saying the same thing when I'm saying. The only difference is that I was saying that it should be a limitations behind the abortion thing, because there are women out there that take advantage of that. Once again, there's some women that take advantage of that privilege. So it should be a limitation on it. That's all I was saying. Everybody, do you think women should have a gun on them for protection? Shit, hell yeah. Why you don't have one? Sure, why you don't? Sure, y'all should have a license to carry. So why you don't? Especially if you live in the state of Texas. So why not? Protect yourself, especially you're a single woman or a single mom. Let's see. So your brother has been convicted of 34 crimes. Do you truly think he's fit to run a country? First of all, him being convicted of 34 crimes, he's not going to even be able to qualify to run a country, period, according to the qualifications. Let's make that be straight up clear. Then also, that also depends on the type of crimes that he committed. Because when you say crimes, but when you say crime, right, you have to clarify what type of crimes. Are you talking about felony type crimes or misdemeanors? Because even misdemeanors are considered as a crime. You do know that, right? So you have to clarify what type of crimes that you're talking about. Because misdemeanors ain't nothing. Sure, a lot of us have over 34 misdemeanors where we ran the traffic light throughout our whole entire year of driving. Facts. Consists every weapon that can fit in your purse. Yeah, I agree. Let's see. What makes someone untouchable when most convicted of one crime can't even vote? Now, once again, you have to clarify what crime are you talking about. Are you talking about misdemeanors or are you talking about felony counts? If you're talking about felonies cannot vote anyway. Let's see, man. I say I don't pay you attention. Trust me. You know what?
Oh my God, bro. Oh, hell no, man.
All right. If that's the case, why vote? If that were my thoughts, I wouldn't even vote in the first place. And I agree with you. If you're still talking about that perspective, then I agree. Trump has so many crimes it gets him, and he's the only one to pardon himself and his criminal friends. And I also agree with you on that too, because some of the crimes that Trump have is felony type crimes. So yeah, I agree with you, Sour Patch, on that. That's one of the many things I don't agree with Trump on at all. Period. Yep. He would be in there come January because the white electoral votes will put him in there, and his money will talk as it has in years. To be honest with you, Blue, I believe that Trump has a very low probable chance of winning the electoral colleges. I said this when Biden was running. I believe that Biden was going to win. I said that. Now, even more so, I believe that Kamala's going to win. I honestly do. All right, but you're backing your voice towards the what? I don't know what you're talking about. Remember, there is an independent candidate. I need to research and see who it is. Because if it's an independent candidate, I'm gonna research them. If they talk about some real issues and stuff, then I'm gonna vote for them. Straight up, I'm gonna straight vote for them. How can they allow Trump to run for president? The highest job in the country with a criminal record, when Ray can't even get a job, or let alone minimum wage job with a criminal record. And that is so true. Do y'all know that, like, part of my job, right? Part of my job is that I help people with second chances, right? I don't think I told y'all that. But another part of my job and my position is that I help people with second chances, meaning that people who have any type of felony records, right, as long as they went through rehabilitation and, say they've been pardoned and all the good old stuff, I help them find employment. And I want to tell y'all this, through my experience, through my professional experience, it is so hard trying to find them a suitable job that's going to take care of them. It is so hard. Through my professional experience, the only type of jobs or companies that will hire second chance or felonies is warehouse jobs, first of all. And that is ridiculous because a lot of warehouse jobs, they don't pay a lot of money for you to live. They pay between $15 to $18 an hour, and that is nothing. Especially how COLA, which is the cost of living, has gone up. That's ridiculous. So it's hard. A matter of fact, matter of fact, I was talking to one gentleman, right? He was telling me, he like, man, look, I hate to say this, but it is so hard after for me is that I'm literally reconsidering me literally going back to prison, because at least when I was in prison, I at least had the bare necessities of me getting taken care of, food and a place to stay, and I didn't have to pay nothing. The only thing I had to do was get up and tend the yard, and that was it. That was simple. Versus coming out here into society and try to take care of myself, people judging me, right, because of what I did. Hell, he couldn't even get an apartment. Y'all know that felonies can't even get an apartment. He couldn't even get an apartment to live at. He had to stay at a halfway house. And so he was telling me how difficult it was, and it made me feel some type of way, for real. It made me feel some type of way. So don't vote because you don't agree. You said, so don't vote because you don't agree with Kamala. I'm confused. No, that is not what I'm saying, Max. Again, I never say that. I never say I don't agree with Kamala. All I did was pointing out certain issues that people would try to use a reason to vote for her on. And then when I was pointing out her speech that she was doing, right, I was pointing out the same as that things that she was saying on the speech was the same as that issues that people would try to vote for her about. And that's why I said, like, no, don't do that. Make sure you do your due diligence and find out what is your reasoning behind why you truly want to vote for her. Don't make it because she's a black woman. Don't make it because she's a woman, period. Don't make it because it's a historical event. Don't make it because all the false narrative that they throwing out there talking about the Project 25 to try to scare you into voting. Don't fall for all that. That's all I'm saying. So do you think that? So do you think to punish that woman is to make her keep and raise a child? She would have to be on welfare or worse on child support. Do I agree on that? Hell yeah. Because you want to know the reason why I say hell yeah to do that? You want to know the reason why I say hell yeah to that, Sour Patch? It's because likewise, that's the same exact argument that women use on men. You literally use the same as that argument that women use on men. Y'all say that man need to stop being a deadbeat daddy and take care of his responsibility, right? Do y'all not tell him that? And part of him taking care of that responsibility is for y'all to do what? Put that dude on child support. So he could at least do the bare minimum of taking care of his responsibility. So yeah, it should be both ways. That woman should take care of her responsibility because she sat up there laid with that dude in the first place and let that dude nut up in her first place. And yes, he also should be held accountable and take care of his responsibility too because he participated in that. Yes, absolutely. Facts. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. If not, then you should have been on birth control. He should have been wearing a condom. I'm just saying. Finally, something we agree on. I'm single and the gun is with me while I walk with my dog. Max, come on now. Well, I take it. I take it. I take the W on that. Win for Urban on that one. Some of us, me, don't need a gun. You know what I'm saying? Because she too angry. Yes. Blue, I always be angry all the time. Yeah, I agree. Exactly. And they aren't allowed to vote with a felony. Yep. Felonies can't vote in some states. Linda, I want to share this with you too. Do you know that the certain states that felonies are able to vote? Do you know that it getting tongue tied? Do you know that it doesn't include the battleground states? Do you know that? And you are familiar with the battleground states, correct? the battleground states is the states that has the most electoral college votes for presidency. Okay, and so you do know that in these battleground states, felonies aren't allowed to vote. It's on these lower states, or as they call the primary states, that they allow them to vote. That's something to think about. Trump is convicted fairly. How is he going to vote for himself? I don't know, Sour Patch. Hey, Nico, salute, welcome. Appreciate you tuning into the stream. People that are in jail on parole, probation, and completed a prison sentences can vote. It depends on what state, which I agree. And yes, it do takes a process for that. Oh, it's on Kennedy that's on the wrong independent ballot. Oh, okay. Thanks for letting me know, Blue. Yeah, I'm gonna check that out for real. Linda, I work for the government. I know, Linda. Yeah, I literally work for the government, so I know. And then there are not a lot of federal jobs that's going to hire felons too, depending on the type of job you're looking for. There's nothing too. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, that's why I'm saying do not vote for her because of sex, race, or all this stuff. Yeah. So, yeah. My kid never had a job in his life because his juvenile past stopped him from getting one. Now that he chose a lifestyle for income that wasn't best, it's hard to go and work for minimum wage now, which that is true. I agree. Adoption over abortion for me, unless it's medically needed. I agree. Yeah, Constance says she glad she don't have to worry about kids, so she don't have them problems. You would love for him to good living wage. Yeah, I agree. Oh, I thought about this too. Sour Patch in your state. Research the workforce commission in your state, okay? Research the workforce commission in your state, and they should have a program that will allow him to pick up some type of trade or something like that free of charge, because the state would pay for it. Our tax dollars pay for it. So. Yeah, go look it up. This is available in all states, but in your state, go online to the workforce commission in your state, and there is a program that does that. Okay, it does research on that. All right. Let's see yeah, we're almost done. Do I have an opinion on who would be a good running mate for the vice president for Kamala? Hell, the only person I could think of is Michelle Obama if she want to run. Shoot. So one person I could think of. This is the one person I could think of for right now. Yeah, let's say they do. Yeah. All right. So other than that, y'all, I'm going to call it a night. It's almost 11 o'clock my time, and I know some of y'all, it's like 12 o'clock y'all time. Almost 10 o'clock other people time, whatever, you know what I'm saying? But I do appreciate y'all appreciate y'all so much for standing up with me this late for this particular episode. Once again, like I gave the disclaimer earlier, I know that I was going to trigger y'all with this thought-provoking content, and you know, it is what it is. Me personally, when I be having content like this, right, it's the whole intention for us to be having the conversation. It's for us to understand where we're coming from our different perspectives. So, you know, we could agree, we could disagree, and also we could learn from each other as well too. Now, by me reading the comments and stuff, right, I did learn a lot from y'all as well too. Not nothing negative, but things positive, you know, about y'all, about how the way y'all feel about these said issues and stuff too. You know what I'm saying? So that's the whole point about that, where we exchanging information, we're learning from one another. I know there's some things that I said tonight that y'all agree with and y'all learning from it and stuff too. I may have said some things that that y'all probably never knew, and I just mentioned about it. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. So thank y'all so much for tuning into the stream. Whatever you decide to do, I do believe about you adamantly going out and especially your right to vote overall. You know what I'm saying? Whoever it may be, whether it's Kamala, whether it's Trump, or whoever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? So thank you so much for tuning in to this stream tonight, y'all. So thank you so much. Make sure that y'all have y'all notifications set where when I do go live again, so y'all can get this good old thought-provoking content as I do it, okay? So other than that, thank y'all so much. And we will see y'all later on the next episode. Peace out. Y'all have a great night, and y'all be safe out there in the YouTube streets and also in the real life streets too.